Hey guys, welcome to the second part of this series. So in the concluded series, we worked on our upcoming page and we have this beautiful UI. So the next thing we want to work on now is that when we click this add new task, we want a pop-up modal to come up where user can like input their task and add their task. And also we also want to work on our today page. We want to make it work. So this is the second part of this series. So if you have not watched the first one, check your screen and click the card on your screen to watch the first part of this series. So this is the second part. So let's get started with this now. So going back to my code here, so I'm going to close everything except this today dot. Okay, it's not even there. Let me close this. I'll close this as well, close this, then close this as well. So bringing my sidebar, so in my components I'm going to have a new component called, let's say this component is going to call new folder. I'm going to call it new, so it's just like a modal. Okay, let me say new modal, let's put it like that. And in this new modal I'm going to create a new file. I'll say new .jsx and also a new file, new, okay, let me use lowercase n, new.scss. So in this my new.jsx, so the same way, bring my arrow command, rafce, then let us import our new.scss. So I'll say import dot slash new.scss. So we've imported our SAS file into that. So here, the first one, let's give this a class name. I'll say div class name is new, like this. Then let's make some project structure, like some HTML structure. But before this class name new, I'm going to have some new, I'll have a new div there. So I'll call this div.modal, modal overlay, like that. Then inside, so let's put this outside here like this, and slash div, like that, and save. So then after this div modal overlay, I'm going to have like div dot modal contents, like this. And then in the same way, let's cut this and paste it under here and save. So we have our modal content. Then inside this modal content, I'll have a button, so button, and inside this button I will have like a cancel icon. So instead of me using icon, I'm just going to use this inbuilt HTML5 feature and times, like this. So it's going to bring like a cancel, like an X icon there. Then let's give this button a class name. I'll say the class name is close button. Don't worry, we are still going to see what we want to do in proper. Then after that, let's go. Then okay, we have, where's our close button here? So here I'm just going to have an h2 tag, and this h2 tag I'll say add new task, like that. Then in my new, I'll enter my new div now. So inside this my new div, we are going to divide into three. I'll say div dot top session, then we are going to have the bottom session, div dot bottom, div dot center, and also div dot bottom, like that. So in my top session, div dot top, so what are we going to have there? So the first thing, we have a p tag with a title. So p dot title, we are going to call it like task, like that. Then after that, we are going to have an input, and it's going to be type text, and we are going to give it a placeholder of like enter a task, like that. Then after that, we are also going to, let me remove this colon that I have there. Then it's going to have value. Let's give it value. So but the value is going to be an empty string now. Okay, let's leave it like an empty string for now. We are going to work on that later. Then after that, we are going to have like a break tag. or let's leave the break tag first. So then the next thing we want to do is text area. So in the text area, I don't need this name and I don't need the ID. So in the text area, we are going to give it a placeholder of like description, and it's going to have a value. So the value, we are still going to work on that. Let's just give it as empty string, because actually I want to use this modal is going to be dual purpose. It will serve as like a modal for creating a new task and also serve as a modal for editing like a task, so or updating a task. Don't worry, I'm still going to show you what we are doing. Okay, actually to see what we're actually doing, maybe we should just pass in this component into our let's say into our app.js like this. So I'll comment this out and I can just say what's the name of the component? New. Let's say new. It's supposed to bring something out. Where is it? It should give me my suggestion. So I'll say new like this. Okay. Okay, since it's not bringing it out, let me just write it myself. So I'll say import new from, let's say dot slash component slash new modal slash new, like that, and save it. So saving this and going back to the browser, we should have just like a pure HTML text of what we are doing, where it is currently compiling. So now going back to it has compiled successfully. So going back to the browser, so okay, sorry, so we have this. So this is like what we've done. So we have this add, we have this times cancel, we have this add new task, we have this task and enter a task with a description. So now the next thing we want to do is, let's say let's give some couple of break tags there and continue. So I'll just come to my code back and come to this new.jsx. So here I'll give some couple of break tags, like 2 actually, and let's see what we have. Going back to the browser, so I save this. So saving my prettier code editor has like make everything better. So going back to the browser, refreshing this quickly, let's see. So yes, we have this. So let's continue, although we're still going to work on the styling, and this new task is not going to be a whole new page, it's going to be a modal, but I just make it a new page just for us to see what is happening actually, so we'll not be working blindly. So let's continue. So going back to the code, then after this text area for the description, we are also going to have, that will be the end of our top section. So I will enter my center now, in the center section now. So the first thing we are going to have is a list, so a UL, which is going to be a list, then li. So inside this li, the first p, we're going to have a p tag, we call it category, like that. Then we are going to have like a select option, select, let me write it like this. So select, so inside this select, we are going to have, the name is going to be, let's say list, the name is list, let's just leave it like that, and id is also going to be, let's say list or category, we can use any. Then let's give the value is going to be empty string for now, just for now, for the design part. And also we are going to give some options here. So we are going to have option, yes, and I'll copy this. It's going to be like 3 options actually, option, paste and paste. Save this, is going to like format it for me. So this one is going to be personal and with a lower p, like with a lowercase p, but in the between the tags I'm going to give like personal with the uppercase p. Just do it like this, is very important. Now the second option, we are going to give it work, and here is going to be work as well, like that. Then this place we are going to give it others, and here is going to be others here as well. So saving this, then we are done with the select and the li, the first li. Now the second list li, so this one is going for the, it's just for the dates. So I'll give the p tag and I'll call it due date, like that. Then in this we are also going to have an input, but in this type of input the type is going to be, sorry, input dates, like that. So the name, let's give it due date, like that. The ID is also due underscore date, like that. Then a value, let's just give it an empty string first, and that will be the next li. So the next li after this is the tags li, so p tag as well. So I'll call this tag for the tags. Then after that we are going to have like a div. I'll say div dot tags. Inside this div we are going to have like a select options select. Now this select, we are going to give it like an attribute of multiple, so that you can select more than one option. So it's going to have an option of multiple. Let's give it a value as an empty string first. Then inside the select we are going to have a couple of options. The first one, I'll say option, let's say option, like that. So here let's have some options. So I'll remove this, and inside I'll say option. Then the value, let's say option value 1. The first one, it's just tag, anything can be there. Let's just say urgent. Then I'll copy and paste, save this. Then so here option value 2 and option value 3. Here this one, let's just say important, and here let's say okay, let's optional for this. Optional, this just tags, does not really matter. This for the design aspect. And also this class name, let's give the class name. This selects, let's give the class name of, I'll call it native multi select, like that, and save it. Then what else? After this, let's have a div. We're going to have a div here, just like a div for the selected tags. So inside this div I will have like strong, like a paragraph, a character. Then I'll say selected. This one is just for you when you are selecting your tags. So selected, like that. Then let's have something like let's say selected tags. I'm going to say like urgent, important, just like that first, just like to show you the selected tags. Then after that we are going to have a pick tag here. Then let's give it a class name, and this class name is going to be notes, like that. And then inside we are going to have another strong tag, like that. Inside the strong tag I'll have notes, and then I'll put something outside like this. You can select multiple tags by, just like an information, by holding the, let's say by holding CTRL or CMD on Mac. Let me write this one, so on Mac. Then I'll say want to add a new tag, go to the sidebar. This is just like an information on how everything works. So I'll save this. So like in this Peter we have a note here. and inside this node you say you can select multiple tags by holding ctrl or cmd. Let me just write the cmd like this, cmd on Mac. And if you want to add a new tag, go to the sidebar, then full stop, like that. Then we have our p, we have our li, and we are done with this list. So let's see what we are doing. Let's go to the browser to check. So going back to the browser here, we have like select is not defined. We have an error. So the reason for that error is that I'm supposed to use a small letter s here. Select is a tag, not like a React like function or a React hook. It's just like a normal HTML tag. So like select. So let's see, it's currently compiling down here. Let's see, okay, it's compiling with an error. Let's see what we have. Okay, don't mind, ignore the error. So this is what we have here. So this is like the layout of our new components. So we have this task, description, category. You can select your category. We have these dates, and we have like the tags, and here selected tags, urgent, important. This is like dummy data, and this is like a small note under. You can select multiple tags by holding the ctrl or cmd on Mac. Want to add a new tag, go to the sidebar. So now this is the top, this is the center. Let's work on the bottom section now. So I'll go back to my code down here. So in this bottom section, what are we going to have there? Okay, but there's something else that I need to add that I've not added. Let me see. So okay, before that, so I'll end before this, like before we enter our bottom section. So after this URL, we have something else. We have the path for our subtask. So I'll say div dot subtasks as like a div like that. Then inside we are going to have like a p dot, let's say, sub, and inside that we are going to have like subtasks like that. Then I'll have my ul, there's going to be a list, and my li. So inside this li I'll have my input text, actually input type text. Then the name, no, id, not really. Let's just give it a placeholder. So this placeholder is going to be, let's say, it's subtask 1. Then after that, let's have, okay, let me just copy this one and paste it like 2 times. Paste again, save. Then here is going to be subtask 2. I think that's okay for now. Then after that, we are just going to give another li. Let's paste another one here. So I'll save this so it will format it for me. And here, instead of subtask 3, I'll just say the placeholder is going to be, okay, first I think there's a mistake here, so I'll just, let me remove this. So everything should be should have its own. This is li, the first list. Then second one, let me paste another one here, and here will be like subtask 2. Then I'll paste another one here. So instead of this one to be subtask, instead of this to have like input, it's going to have something different. It's going to have something different. So this is going to have like a add icon, like for material UI. So let me see if it's going to import it by itself. Let's give it some time. Okay, I'll say add. So add, I'm waiting for it. I'm trying to see if it's going to import it. Okay, yes, add like that, and it's imported. So if you come up here, it's going to see import add for material UI icons material. So this add is going to, we are going to give it a class name. Let's say the class name is going to be icon, and then we are going to have a span here, and inside this span I'll have add new subtask, add new subtask, like that. Then that will be the end of our span and the end of our li and ul. So with that, actually we are done with our center. Then we can go into then, okay, first, before we go into that, let's give this li, the third li, let's give the class name. So this class name is going to be add subtask, like that. Add sub task. Then with this we are done with the, what's it called, we are done with our center. Let's go into the bottom section of our code. But before we go, let's see our browser and see what we have there. So now see, we have subtask 1, subtask 2, add subtask. Then let's go into our bottom. So this look quite well. So let's go to our bottom section now. So in this bottom section, the first thing we are going to have is like a button. When I'll call this button dot delete. No, let's say button dot cancel rather. Button dot cancel. Then here I'm going to have like cancel like that. Then after that I will have another button. I'll say button dot save. Then inside I'm going to have save changes. After that we are also, that will be the end of our div section, just these two first, although there's still going to be another button, but work on that later. So this is just the architecture or the structure of our new component. Let's see what we have. So coming here and refreshing, we have these two buttons, cancel and save changes, and we have this cancel button up here. So now what we want to do now is, let's go on with our small styling. Let's start with our styling a little small, little by little. Then I'll go back to my code right here. So in my new.scss, let's start the styling proper now. So the first one, I'll say dot modal overlay. Let me open it side by side so that we can see what is happening. Now bring this here, yeah, like that. So here dot modal overlay like that. So inside this, first thing, position is fixed. So here should be modal content, sorry, please correct this, modal content. So then let me go back to my new.scss. So here position should be fixed, and also I'll say top is 0, left 0. Then we are going to give width of about 100 viewport width. Then height is going to be 100 viewport height like that. Then our background is going to be RGBA 0,00 and 0.5 like that, something like a dark color like black like that. Then display is flex, align items, center, justify, contents, center. Then we are going to give z index so that it can display over everything on the page 1000. So just z index just for it to like display over anything that is under it. Then let's give it a little bit of animation. Then this animation like fade in, animation fade in is going to be, sorry I didn't write this fade in here, fade in 0.3 seconds is in out like that. And I was like, that will be the end of that. Then after that modal overlay, then we have modal, sorry, let me just come outside here. I'll say modal content. So inside this modal content, the background is going to be a whitish color, hashtag FFFFFF, like 6. Actually, is that 6? I hope that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. Then the padding is going to be 2 rem, and also we are also going to have border radius of 12 pixels and width width of 19%, like that. After that, we are also going to have like a max width of about 700 pixels, and also the position is going to be relative. So let's see what we have. Let's just quickly see our browser and see what we have there. So if I come here, you see we're already getting what we are looking for. We are getting the shape, so it's already centered and everything is like coming together now. So let's go back to the browser, to our code. So apart from this position, let's give it a box shadow. Let's give box shadow of about box shadow, and the box shadow is going to be 0.8 pixel, 30 pixel RGBA, and we have like 0.0.0.2, like that. Something that will be the box shadow. Then we are going to give this an animation as well, and it's going to be slide in 0.4 seconds. Don't worry, these animations, they are just like the name of the animation. We are going to work on it down very soon now. Ease forwards, like that. Then after that, the overflow y, like on the y axis, we are going to give it auto, so that like you can scroll. If it goes down below the y axis, then we are going to also give it a max height of about 90 viewport height, like that. So let's see what we have now. So this is what we have. So it's already looking, look at the box shadow showing already, so it's already looking great. So coming back to the code rather, so coming here, let's get our close button. Let's work on this close button that we have here. So I'll say dot close button, like this. So the first thing we want to do, position absolute, so that we can shift it to the right and the top right corner. Position absolute, then top, we are going to give it 1 rem, and also right of like 1 rem as well. So then we are also going to give border. The border should be none. We have some border here. If you can see this border, this should be none. So border none, and also background should be transparent. We don't want any background, transparent. And then font size should be 18 pixels. Cursor, let's give it cursor. Sorry, didn't write this well. Font size should be 18 pixel. Then cursor is pointer, and also we are going to give it a color of like hashtag 444, a gray color. Then transition is going to be color, for the color 0.3 seconds is, like that. So we have our position, top, then background, font size, everything is complete. Now let's see what we have actually. Going back to the browser and refreshing, this is loading. Yes, so we have this, our what's it called, we have our close button up here, which is transparent, so that is good. Let's continue. After that, let's give, when it is over, so let's change the color when it is over. So here and over, I'll give it a color, a dark color like 000. Then save this. So let's see what we'll have. See, I'll come here and let's over on it. I don't know if you can see it very well. So let me put it in 100%. So you see, when we over, let me increase it so that I can see very well. When we over, you see like a dark color, like that. And because of this overflow, why we have this scroll effect, that we can see. Anytime it overflows, we can like scroll. This scroll will come. So that is good. Let's continue. Let me put it back in 100%. Let's continue. So I'll go back to my code now. So after that, we are done with our close button. Let me come out of that. So now let's go to our new, this new that we have here. So in this place, I will say dot new. We are going to have margin 0, then padding 0, and then let's get our top section of our new. We know we divide it into 3 sections. So the top section margin bottom is going to be 20 pixels. Then inside this top section we have this p tag that we have here. So I'll say dot title. So in this my dot title, in this p tag dot title, the font size is going to be 26 pixels. Then font weight is going to be 700, and then margin bottom is going to be 12 pixels, like that. Then after that, we are going to get our inputs and our text area at the same time. Text area, like that, at the same time. Then inside, width should be 100%, and then let's give it a border of about 1 pixel solid, hashtag ccc, like that, like something like a gray color, but light gray. Then background color should be hashtag f9, like that. Then we are going to give padding of 10 pixels and 12 pixel. Then border radius of about 5 pixels, and also margin bottom of 12 pixels. Then font size of 14 pixels, and then resize should be none. It should not like increase. Then transition, because we want to give it like a hover effect or a focus effect, so transition border should be 0.3 seconds ease, like that. Then whenever it is focused or when it is clicked, so we are going to give it like border color. The border color is going to change. Let's give it this color, hashtag 999. Then outline should be none. So after that, so I'm going to come out of these two, then I'll pick my text area alone. So inside my text area, we are going to give like a height. So the height is going to be different from like the input. So the height is going to be 80 pixels. So let's see what we have by going back to the browser to see. So going back to my browser now and refreshing. It's currently loading. Oh, what we did has not like taken, okay, although this is working fine, but this has not taken effect. Let's see, something is not right. So we have our dot new. Oh, this class name new, I'll give it a capital N. It should be small letter n, and save, and come back. It's compiling. I'm waiting for it to be compile. Okay, so I'll come back here, refresh this. It's currently loading. Yes, so see what we have here, very beautiful. So anytime we focus it, if you notice when we focus it on it, when we click on it, the border changes. So this is beautiful. Let's continue. We are done with this. Let's continue with our let's handle our center. Now we are done with the top section, sorry. So let's handle our center now. So I'm going to go back to the code. So after this text area, like after these two tag, I'll come here and say center.center. So inside this dot center, let's take our UL. We are here now. Let's take our UL. So here list style should be none, the margin 0, padding 0, and then so after that I'm going to take my li. So in my li, display should be flex. So and then align items center, gap, want to give gap between it, should be 20 pixels, and margin bottom should be 15 pixels, like that. Then inside this li, I'm going to take my p tag. So in my p tag, mean width, for my p tag we're going to give it a mean width should be 80 pixels, and the font weight should be 500. Then I'll come out now. Let's pick our, okay, let's just see what we have first before we continue. So I'll come back to my browser, then refresh this lesson. It's loading. So yes, okay, very nice. You see we have some gap between this, and display flex is the category. We have this due date, we have this tags, we have this. So let's continue. We already seen the shape of our model. So let's continue. So going back to the code now. So then after this p tag, let's add our select. So so here I will say here I'm going to get my select. So I'll say select comma and the input. We are also going to get our input. Then we have different type of inputs there. So for this select, we are talking about this. We have some input type dates, and we have some input type okay, we have input type date. That's just the only thing we need. So I'm just going to specify the type here. So I'll say type equal to date, just for the dates, because we have multiple selects in our. If you come down here also, I think we have other selects there apart from that select. Okay, yes, look at it here. We have another select for options value, so that we can specify what we're actually working on. So the one we are working on is this. Okay, yes, look at it. We have some options here, and we have some this input. So for this input type dates, so I specify it here. Then I'll say flex should be 1. Then padding should be 8 pixels. Padding should be 8 pixels and 12 pixels. Then I'll give border of 1 pixel solid #CCC, like that. Then I'll give a border radius of 4 pixels, and also background color of #FFF, like that, and font size should be 14 pixels. So saving this and see what we have there for this. What we are working on is we are still under this li and our selects. So let's see, what do we have coming here. Very nice. So for this select, yes, we have this very beautiful. We've elongated everything, and we have this date as well. So very nice. Okay, then let's work on these selected tags a little bit. Okay, no, it's already nice. Everything is working as planned. Then let's work on our subtasks now. So this place is looking horrendous, so let's just work on this subtask to make it better. Then going back to my code, so coming out of this input that we have here, I will say .subtasks. So inside, I'm currently here now, this subtasks. So inside this subtasks, I'm going to get the .sub. this p tag that we have there. So the font size is going to be 18 pixels. Then we are going to have font weight of 600 and margin bottom of 8 pixels. Then after that, coming out of this subtask, we have like our UL and LI. So let's work on that. So UL, in this UL, and then I'll get my LI as well. So display flex for that, and also align items, center, the gap should be 10 pixels, and padding should be 6 pixels. Padding should be 6 pixels. Then border radius of about 5 pixels, and cursor is pointer. Then we are going to give transition of like background for the background, and it's going to be 0.3 seconds ease, like that, ease. Then after that, let's give it position. It's going to be relative, and then when you over, let's give it an over effect. So when you over on it, the background should change. So the background color, anytime you over, the background color should be this color, hashtag F0 F0 like that. Then let's work on, after that, let's see first. Let's just go to the browser and see. It's currently loading. So now, yes, so what we just undo is this subtask. Okay, yes, when you over is having this, yes. So now let's work on this input that is inside. So and you see the gap between. So let's work on the input. So going back to the code now. So after this hover, I'm going to get the input type test. So I'll say input, and let's specify the type. So the type is equal to input type text. Then so I'm talking about this input that we have inside this li. So the input flex also should be 1, padding should be 8 pixels, border radius of about 4 pixels. Then the border should be 1 pixel solid, hashtag ccc, like that. Then background color should be hashtag f9, like that. Then we are done with that. So after that, let's see what we have. Yes, beautiful. So this subtask has just like completely fade in into that our background that we have there. So subtask 1, subtask 2, very nice. So let's continue. So here, after that, let's work on, okay, let's pick this span, this one that has span and icon. Let's quickly do that. So this span is going to have a font size of, let's say, 18 pixels, and also the color is going to be hashtag 777, like that, and the cursor is pointer. The cursor should be pointer. I'll save this, and then let's get the this should be the icon rather. So dot icon, let me change the name of that. So dot icon. So before that, let's get our span also. So in this span, I'll say font size should be 13 pixels, and color should be hashtag 999, and margin left auto, just to shift it to the far left. Then we are done with that. Let's see what we have. It's currently compiling, and it's compiled. Let's just see what we have. So this is it here. Add new subtask. this is our icon, and this is our subtask. So beautiful. So let's work on our, yes, add new subtask is shifted to the far right. Okay, so now let's work on this cancel and save changes, this bottom section. So I will come back, I'll go back to the code, then I'll go into the bottom section now. So I'll count like 5 close, 1 2 3 4 5. So here I'll say dot bottom like that. Then display should be flex, justify content, flex end, it should be the end of the flex, like the right hand side. Gap, we want to give gap of about 12 pixels. Then margin top of 20 pixels. Then let's get this cancel now. So I'll say dot cancel, the cancel button. Then the background color should be hashtag E74C3C, like an orange color. Then we are going to give the color for the text inside hashtag FFF, like white color. Border should be none, and padding should be 10 pixels, 16 pixels, like that. And let's give border radius of 6 pixels, and cursor should be pointer. Then font weight 600, and background, let's give the transition because we want to give an over effect. So transition background should be 0.3 seconds is, like that. And then I'm going to give it an over effect, and over background color should be, background color should be this color, hashtag C0392B, like red. So after that, I'm going to come out now to get my let's say my save. Sorry, there's a mix up here. So here, let's create another button here. Sorry, I'll pick another button. I'll give this class name, let's say delete, and let's put like delete here, delete task, or let's just leave it as delete, like that. So here this should be for the delete button. And now let's undo the save, the cancel and the save button. Now I'll say dot cancel comma and dot save. So they are basically the same. So here we're giving it an height of 36 pixels, then mean width of about 120 pixels, border radius of 6 pixels, and padding of 0 and 16 pixels, like that. Then we are going to give border should be none, and also font weight 600. Then we are going to give cursor to be pointer, and also font size to be 14 pixels. Sorry, font size should be 14 pixels. 14. Then we are going to give transition of background and 0.3 seconds is, like that. So here also we are going to, okay, now let's undo the cancel alone. Now dot cancel background color is the background color is hashtag FFB347 and the color should be hashtag 333. Don't worry, we are going to see what we are doing soon. I'm just trying to like be fast with what we are doing so that we can be. Don't worry, we are going to see what we are doing soon. Let's just finish this part first. So background color is going to be hashtag E49D2A like that, and save this. So let's see what we've done. So coming here and refreshing, yes, and coming down, so we have this cancel for this orange, we have this delete, and we have this save changes. You see when we over, it gets dim a little bit, and we have this, so it's very beautiful. Let's continue. So I'll go back to my code now. So here we are done with that. So let's undo that save one, the save button. So here dot save, we are going to give it the background color as well. Background color should be hashtag F4 like that. Then border should be 1 pixel solid hashtag AAA like that. And then when you over on it, and over, it should be background color should change, but not that, it should be hashtag E0 like that, and save. So let me save this. Something is wrong. Okay, I didn't put my semicolon here. So if I save this, everything is working well. Let's see now. So let's see what we've done. Good. So if I come down here, so I have this, it's themes, so everything, the animation is currently working. So we are almost done, and we have this for this add new subtask. We have this for our tags, we have our personal, and everything is like beautiful. So let's continue. So here, if you notice up here, we use some animation, fade in, slide in, all those things. So let's create, they are custom made animations, so let's just make them here. So at the end of everything, so I'm just going to count 1 2 3 4 5. I'm going to count like 5. Okay, 1 2 3 4. At the end of everything, let's just come out here. So I'll say at keyframes, then the first one, fade in at keyframes, fade in. Then from, we give it a background color of RGBA. Sorry, I don't need all this. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Then to background color of RGBA. Sorry, let me just copy what we have here and edit it. So here at the end here is going to be 0.5 like that. Now that's the first animation. Then in the second animation, that will be as keyframes, slide in like that. So the same way from that one, transform, we are going to use transform, and then translate y, actually the y-axis, minus 30 pixels. Then opacity should be 0. Then let me put the semicolon here too as well. So then to transform and translate y as well. So here 0 and opacity should be 1. So saving this, so we have our fading animation and our sliding animation. Let's see. This is fade in and slide in. So for those both animation, let's go back to our code and see what we have. It's currently loading. So if you notice, when it loads, there's one beautiful animation that it brings, like it's fading and sliding from up. So that's the animation from there. It's doing as if it's coming down from up and it's like fading in and sliding in. So beautiful. We are done with our add new task. So this is the component that we are done with. The next thing is for us to integrate it with into our today component and other components, so that when we click add new task, it should pop this out. So very nice. Let's continue. Before we continue, let's add some basic inline styling to the code. So I'll come here. So here in that multi-select, we need some, I want to add some basic inline styling. Where is the multi-select? Okay, here, this place, I'll say. So here I'm going to add some basic inline styling. So I'll say style is equal to like double braces, then inside the first one we are going to have is, let's say, the width to be 100%. Sorry, the width should be 100%. Then we are going to have, let's say, the height, it should be 100 pixels, and then we are going to have padding of 8 pixels, and also we are also going to have border of 1 pixel, solid, hashtag #CCC. Then let's give it the border radius as well. Border radius of, let's say, let's give it 4 pixel. Then we are also going to give it font size of 14 pixels. Then background color of hashtag FFF, like this. Then saving this and going back to, let me see, it's compiling, let me see. Okay, it's compiled successfully now. So going back to the browser right here and refreshing this tag session is going to have a beautiful background. Let's see. Okay, what we did is this multi-select. All right, yes, okay, but something is not working. Let's see. I think that's okay. Then let's style this div right here, the div of the selected tags. Where is it? Div of the selected tag. Okay, I think this is it right here. Then we have selected. So let's say div, then I'll give it a styling also. Style is equal to style, then double braces. So inside we are going to have margin top of 8 pixels, and also we are going to have font size of 14 pixels as well. Then so put it in like quotes. Then we are also going to have color of this color hashtag 555, like that. After that we are going to save this. Then this p tag that we have here for the notes, I'll come here. Where's the notes here? Then let's give it a style of, although some of these class name we didn't even use them, so let's give the style of margin top should be 8 pixels, like that. So after this I'm going to save this. Then something is wrong. So saving this, okay, I didn't close it down here. So then wait, sorry. Okay, it's working well now. Let's go back to our browser and see. So if I come back here and refresh this, it's currently loading. So we have this, very nice. So we are almost done with our, or we are actually done with our, what's it called, we are done with our new task. So let's implement this in our today page, in our like home page. So I will go back to my code here. So I will close this. Let me close all, we don't need this. Then in this new.jsx, I'll still need it. So app.jsx, let me comment this out and return it to home back. So it's going to be the home like this. So if I refresh, if I go back to my browser now and refresh this page, it should return back to our home page. So let's see, it's currently loading. So let's give it some seconds to see. Okay, now we are back in our home page. So what I want to do is that when we click this, it should bring out that pop-up, and when we click on cancel, it should cancel it. But in the next section, in the next series of this video, we are going to work on like editing, so that when we click this, it will edit, it will bring that pop-up with the data inside. But let's just do the simple one first of clicking this and closing it. So when we click on add new task, so how are we going to do that? So going back to the code now, so here I'll open my today components. Let's work on that first. So in this today.jsx, so here I'm going to have a new state. I'll say const show editor and set show editor like this, and it's going to be a use state. We are going to use React state. Then the state is going to be, let's say, it's going to be false at first. Okay, let's say null at first. Then so it's going to be false rather. So after that, I'll come down here. I'll like create a simple function of like const. I'll say const undo close editor like that. Is going to be an arrow function. So giving it this, so inside I'll set show editor to false. So set show editor, we are going to set it to false. Sorry. Then after that, so this is just what I want to do here. So this, for like when we click on the cancel, we set show editor to false. So now when do we want to set show editor to true? So when you click on this add, this li that we have here, so I'm going to come down, I'm going to come here and say on click is going to be an arrow function. So I'll say on click, sorry, on click is going to be an arrow function. So it's going to be something like this, then an arrow function, then we have this inside. So when you click it, what do we want it to do? We want to set show editor to true. You know, it's initially false, but when you click on this li, this top li, want to set show editor to true. Then after that, where is our editor? So I'll come down to the end of my page after this UL. So here I'm going to have, I'll say show editor, like I'll call that state show editor. Then anytime you call this, if it is true, then it should have this new component. I'll open this new component that we just did. So I have to import it. So I don't know, let's wait. I want it to bring it from a new, yes, from modal.new. Make sure it is imported up here. So new.modal/new. So it's a React component, is self-closing. Then what we just need to do, I want to pass in a prop. So okay, first, without the prop, let's just save it. Let me explain what we have done here. So we have a React state here, show editor and set show editor. Initially we set it to false. Then when we come here in this li, that is add new task, when it is clicked on click, we set show editor to what? True. Then if show editor is true, like down here we said if show editor is true, that means if we have show editor, then it should bring out this React component. So let's go to our browser and see what we did actually. So if I come here and refresh this, sorry, it's currently loading. So now look at what we have. So if I click on this add new task, okay, say true is not defined. Okay, let's see. Yes, let's see. Okay, so if I come here, let's see, why is it telling us true is not? Oh, sorry, I'm using capital letter T. It should be small letter T, like true, like this. Sorry. Then going back to the browser now and refreshing this page. So it's loading. Now we already have this here. So if I click on show editor, you see it brings out our pop-up, as we can see here. So our pop-up is already here like this. So now what do we want to do now? You see, it's very nice. So what I want to do now is that if we click on this cancel, it should close the editor. So we have already defined the function. Let me go back to the code and show you. So right here we have defined the undo close editor. We have set show editor to false. The only thing is that we have to like implement it in this new JX, in this place that we have this cancel button. Where is it here? This button that we have here. So we'll put, like, we implement the function right here. So how can we do that? To do that, we are going to use props. So how do we use prop? First thing, we have defined the function in this today page. Where is it? Undo close editor. So I'll come down here in this my new. So I will pass in a prop here. So I'll call this prop on close like this, and it's going to be set to this function undo close editor, undo close editor like this. So that's a prop. So this function that I pass in here, this on close function that I pass in here, I want to use it in this my new.jsx. So to use it, I have to pass into this my components, the parent components like this. So I'll call the on close. That's how we use prop here. So with this that we have here and what we have on close that we have here, so I've linked it to this new.js by pressing it up here. So with that, I can use that my on close function in this my button. So in this button class name close button, so I can just use it here. So here I'll just say on click, then I'll call the on close function on close like that. So saving this, if everything works well, we should, anytime we click on that cancel button, it should cancel. So let's see, going back to the browser now, and okay, we have this. Let me refresh again. Yes, okay, now we click this, it comes out. I click this, it's closing. So we have done it for this today component. The only thing we need to do now, we have to do it for our tomorrow component and this week component. So it's just the same thing. I'll just copy what we have here and paste it in this tomorrow and also in this week that we have here. Let's just quickly do that now. So here today.jsx, let's open tomorrow.jsx and this week.jsx. So week.jsx. So let's first start with tomorrow. So in tomorrow, I'll copy my components. I'll copy what we have here like this and paste it in both places. Where is it? I'll paste it here, and I'll also paste it in this week right here like this. Paste it here as well and save it. Then in this today, what else do we do? This my on click function here, I'll copy it, and in this li, I'll paste it here as well. Then save it, and in this week.jsx, let's just do it immediately for both. So here after this, I'll paste it here and save it as well. So then what else do we do? Coming back to my today.jsx, this down part, show editor, and this I'll copy it and paste it in my after this UL tag here and save, and paste it after this UL tag here as well and save. So with this, we are done with that. Let me see, sorry, let me just bring it down to where, yes, it's compiled successfully. So going to the browser now. So here, if I click on add, okay, let's refresh. Sorry that my refreshing is taking time, sorry. Okay, yes. So if I click on add new, say new is not defined. Yes, I can get that. So we have to import that new component into that tomorrow and this week. So I have to copy this and paste it up here, and also paste it up here. Sorry. Okay, let's paste it here. Let me just write it. I don't know why it's taking time. Import new. Let's see, how is it safe? Import new from, sorry, it's not a string. Import new from, so dot slash, let's see, dot slash new modal dot new. So dot slash new modal slash new. So saving this, let's see, it should work now. It's compiling. Let's give it some seconds. Okay, failed to compile, can't resolve. Okay, I think is this my importing that is not working well. Okay, should work well. Okay, successful now. So let's go back to our browser and click on tomorrow. We have this. If you close, we have that, and click this, and if we close, we also have that. So we are done, actually done with this our own page. Everything is working fine. We work on like clicking this for, if you click this too, you should bring out that pop-up button, but we'll do that in the next series. So now let's work on our today page, calendar and sticky wall. Let's quickly do that now. So the next item is our today page. Now let's work on that. So but before we continue, I noticed something. This my close button is too small, so let's make it bigger. So I'll go back to my code now. So going back to the code, I'll open my new.scxs, so new.scxs file, sorry, SCSS file. So in this close button, instead of 18 pixels, let's make it, since we are using rem, let's use 1.8 rem like this, and then saving it. So it's compiling. Let's give it some seconds. So then going back to the code, bring this up, refresh first. Let's quickly refresh that. So let's see if we take effect. So this close button should be bigger. So clicking this, yes, we have this close button now, it's bigger. So we are done with this. And also this cancel button, if you click on this cancel button, it should close this, like, what's it called, this new component, this modal that pop up. Let's do that as well. So I'll come here into my new.jsx. So in my cancel, okay, the class name, okay, this is my cancel. So I'll give on click function also. Then in the on click, I'll call the on close like that. Save it. Then it's compiling. Then I'll go to my browser that has compiled, refresh this page. So it's currently reloading, it's refreshing. So now if I click on this and I also click on cancel it to cancel it, or if I click on this and click on this, it's also cancel it. So we are done with that. Let's work on our today page now. So the next item is the today page. Let's get started with that. Now I'll go back to my code now. So here, let's close this, close everything. We are done. We want to start a new page actually. So I'll close this and like bring this down a little bit. So let me open this place and let's close this. So here we are going to create another new page. So folder, I'll say let's say day. Then inside we have a new file. I'll call it day.jsx, and also a new file I'll call day.scss. So in day.jsx, in the same way, let me close this, refc, write your arrow function. So day, so this place, let's give it class name. I'll say class name should be day, like that. Then inside we are going to have div.day container, a container that contains all the day component. So then we have this. So let's import our day.scss inside this again. So I'll say import dot slash day.scss. So that's our SAS file. So saving this, we have that. So now the next thing we want to do, let's just open our app.jsx and pass in the day component inside. So here, let me remove, I don't need this new. So here I'll just call my app, sorry, what's it called, day.jsx. day. I want it to bring out this suggestion for me so I can copy it very well. So let me write it again, day, like that. It's not bringing it out. Okay, let me just leave it. So day then means I have to import my day from this place. So I'll copy this and paste here. So let me import, I'll say import day from dot slash pages slash day like that, and save this. After saving that, I will, like, we are working on our day component, so let me comment home first. So saving this and going to our browser, is already compiling. So let me go back to my browser and see. So refreshing this page, we should have our day component, our day page, just like a day text there displayed there. Let's see. Let's give it some seconds, make our styling great. So let's continue going back to the code there. So I'll come here. So let's go back, I'll close this first. Let's go to our day.jsx. So before this, we want to have our sidebar components displayed there. So before the sidebar components, let me just make some. In my div.day container, we are going to have div.title. So in this div.title, we are going to have, what's it called, a p tag, and it's going to be like today, like that. Then we are going to have a span. So the span is just going to be count, like for the number of items or the number of tags we have that day. Let's just put like 4 there. Then what else do we need? I'll close my div. So after this title, I'll come out of the title, then I'll pass in my today components, like that. Sorry, let me wait if you can import it for me. Today. Oh, it's not bringing it. Let me write it again if it can just bring it for me quickly, so I don't need to be importing. Today is loading. Oh, it didn't bring it, so I have to import it myself. So I'll just say import today from like slash component slash today like this. I hope that is correct. Then I'll copy this again. So apart from that, I want my sidebar component in this place, so I'll call it sidebar. I hope it brings the suggestion out. It didn't, so I have to do that myself as well. So if I do, I'll close it and I'll copy this again, then paste it here. So we have to import our sidebar. I don't know why this is very slow. That means I have to import my sidebar myself, so I'm sorry for this. So I'll say import sidebar from like // component slash sidebar slash sidebar, like that. So with that, I think we are done with that. So what we just need to do is some basic styling in this our today.day.scss. So here I'm going to say .day, like that. Is going to be display, is going to be flex. Let's wait, display flex. Then after that, I'll pick my day container. I'll say day container, like that. So in my day container, we are going to have flex 6, like that. Background color is going to be slightly off white. This color hashtag f8, f9, fa, like that. It's going to be like a white, sorry, it's going to be something like a whitish color like that. Then after that, we are going to have padding of 10 pixels, 20 pixel, like that. And also let's get our today title. So in today title, we are going to have display flex as well, and align items center. Then we are also going to have a padding of 10 pixel. Then after that, let's get our p tag. So in our p tag, font size is going to be 40 pixel, 40 pixel. Then we are going to have font weight to be bold, and then the color is going to be dark gray for readability. So I'll say hashtag 2c2c, like that. Then let's get our span. I'll come out of this p tag and get the span. So the span is for the counter, so like height should be, let's say 35 pixel, width should be 55 pixel. Then background color should be this color, greyish white, FO, like that. Then we are going to have border of like 1 pixel solid, hashtag E6, like that. Then we are going to have border radius of border radius of about, let's say, 5 pixel. Then so to align everything, to make everything centered very well, I'll say display flex again, and align items center, justify content also center, justify content center. And also after that, we give margin left of 20 pixel. Then font weight should be normal, and font size should be 30 pixel. So font size should be 30 pixels. And then the color of the font color should be hashtag 333, like that. So let's see what we have now. So with this, I think we are done, but something is not right. Why are we having this? Let's see this close here. Then everything should work. What is wrong? Saving this. There's an okay, sorry, let me remove this and save this. Yes, everything is working now. So let's go to our browser and see what we've done. So going okay, it's compiled now, so I'll come here and refresh this. Okay, we have our sidebar components. We have this today, it's also working. So what is wrong with this? That means let's see what we did here. Going back to my code, dot today title, what do we give the name? Oh, div class name. Okay, let's put today title, like this, and save. So with that, if I come back to my code right here, then refreshing the page, so it's currently loading. Let's see. Beautiful. So we have this here. So we have our today component right here. So now the next thing I want to do is that this title that I have here, I don't want it to show this again, since you already know that it's today. So I can use this. I'll just come here. So I'll come to my code. If you notice, in this, we're passing this component here. So it's just as if everything that we have here, like every information of this component is like in this page. So I can still use my line css from here to access some stuff. So here I'll just say dot title, then I'll say display none, like that. So let's say display should be none. So what I'm getting is that if I open my today component, let me see component, and I open today.gss, so is this title that we have here, where is the title? So that I use display none for. So let's check. I'll close this and close this. Let's go to our browser and refresh. You see, we didn't have that today again. So we are done with this. That's just all for this page. Now we are done with our today page and our upcoming page. The next thing we want to work on is our calendar page. So we are going to work on this in the next part of the series. So stay tuned and subscribe to this channel so that you can see the next video. So work on calendar and our sticker wall. Those are the two items next on our agenda. So thank you for watching this video.